Hey guys, what is up and welcome back to my channel. So I have not quite figured out yet a new beauty setup, but just know you guys, this is my setup just for today. I'm here sitting down on my dining room table on my little creaky cracky chair. I thought, you know what, I just need to get a beauty video out, and so I'm just gonna be here chilling. So today, you guys, I'm actually going to be doing an eyebrow tutorial. So I'm not gonna be doing a very heavy makeup look today. It's just gonna be like the most naturalist makeup look ever on my face. And I am going to just do my eyebrows, probably put on some mascara and then some liquid lipstick, and that's gonna be it. But I wanted to give a shout out to my friend Ruby, who actually had messaged me and told me, girl, you should definitely put out an eyebrow video. Now you know, it would be different like if I was maybe doing a tutorial on somebody else. I feel like just everybody's eyebrows are different, so everybody has a different eyebrow tutorial. Just because we're all very unique, we all have our own shapes of brows, shapes of face, and that all ties into creating a good brow. But what I'm just gonna do today is show you guys how I do my brows, how I do thicker brows. And yep, so let's go ahead and hop on into this little brow tutorial. So as you guys can kind of see, my brows are a little bit more thick. They are most definitely, I love this mirror, you guys already know. I love my little, I need to clean it, but this was a mirror that was given to me for my birthday from my mother-in-law, and it's honestly my most favorite gift ever. But my brows are pretty thick. Right now they're a little bit on the hairy side. They kind of need to be plucked. So my go-to brow product lately has actually been this brow product right here. It's been used and abused, but it is actually this iconic, is it gonna show or does it just look so dusty? Can I do it from back here? It's this iconic London like little brow cushion. So I got this actually in a BoxyCharm. So it comes with your little cushion right here. All you have to do is just open it up, and then you have a darker shade and then a lighter shade, but I usually will dig into both. And then it actually comes with its own little flip out applicator, which is so nice. This is actually what I use whenever I do my brows. So this is what I've been using lately for my brows. I love to use pomades. Pomades are gonna give me more of like that very stand out brow look. It's gonna definitely create like darkness, but I tend to reach for things like the cushion or like powders or even sometimes pencils, because although pencils still, if it's a very pomadey pencil, it can still give you like a more bolder brow look. But I really love powders and like this cushion stuff, for example, because it kind of gives you like that natural done brow look. And like, it doesn't look 100% natural, but it also doesn't look like, you know, 100% very bold. And so it just always depends on what you like. So first off, you guys, what I always do for my brows is I brush them up, because I know that whenever I'm gonna line them out, I'm gonna start by lining out at the bottom. And so that's what I always do, is brush them up first. So, and I like to use just a little applicator in here as far as the iconic London duo, brow cushion duo goes. And what I like to start doing is just kind of picking up, of course, again, this is a very thin little brow brush, super thin. So you can use honestly any brush. You can use even, you know, sometimes they have those slanted liner brushes. They have other brow brushes. Sometimes there are brow brushes like this. They're like definer with an angle defining brushes, but they're a little bit thicker and more fuller. Those ones are always, I'm gonna say, is not gonna be your best bet for natural looking brows. I want to say, I think always the thinner your brush is, the better you can work with your brows. So this is what I usually will do first. Sorry you guys if my face has any flaws. We's all human, we all got flaws. But I'm just gonna go on ahead and start out. So I usually just like to start by kind of lining the bottom a little bit. So as you guys can see, just a light little bottom line out. And then I start to kind of drag it. So what I always do is I kind of shape it. I don't like draw my brow outside of my brow, but this is only because my brows, again, you guys, are naturally pretty full and they're pretty hairy on a natural level. So I never like draw outside, like on my, more on my skin rather than in the area where there is hair, if you guys get what I mean. So I always kind of draw above like the root or the ending of my of my brow. My terminology is very weird. So then you guys, I'm just gonna bring this stuff. So this side came out a little bit darker, which is okay because we can always even it out. But yes, I'm just gonna go on ahead and start drawing kind of underneath with my natural brow shape, but in the brow hair. So there is step one, okay? And then what I like to do next is brush down my brows, because I'm also gonna go on ahead and outline the top. As you guys can see, I really need to get my eyebrows done and trimmed. I would do them myself, you guys, but I don't know why, but I just like to get my brows done. Like, I feel like now, after going to esthetician school and learning hair removal and doing all this stuff, I could probably shape my brows nice and I could probably do an okay job, but I like to get them done. You know, I'm so blessed to have such an amazing family, and I love my family to the bone, to the bones in my body, but we got drama every single day. And so yes, okay, so next step, you guys. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go on ahead, I'm digging into this darker shade in the powder. If you guys do want to know what the shade is, I'm using the shade medium in the Sculpt and Boost eyebrow cushion set. I am going to go on ahead and link all the products down below that I'm using, just so that way you guys can also know. So next, I'd like to just come up here and kind of outline again the top of my brow. Again, you guys, I'm going kind of more for the natural shape. I don't really like to overdraw on my brows, only because of the fact that I feel like they look more, number one, more like bigger than what they naturally are, and then number two, they just look more like hairier and sometimes even more messier, in my personal opinion. More messier than what they already are, because naturally I have very messy and very hairy brows. And so yes, so now I'm going to go on ahead and bring it over here. I hope that you guys can see all of this very well. So again, I'm just kind of dragging with my natural shape. There is a little bit of hair like over where I'm drawing my line, but I'm going to kind of cover that up with concealer. So just kind of the natural shape, I guess, that you guys would prefer or you guys would want. And in all honesty, you guys, this is how you would do it even if you were drawing out a brand new brow. You would still kind of outline where you want the brow, you know, with your darker shade, and then you would fill it in where you want it for your lighter shade. So I've kind of outlined my brows now. Now I'm going to go on ahead and go back in with that darker shade again in the brow cushion, and I'm just going to kind of fill in like those sparse areas in my brow, because although my brows are hairy, I do still have some sparseness. And so what I usually will do is I'll kind of dip back and forth from the dark cushion, and then I'll dip it a little bit into the light part, because I'm just like that. I don't really care to mix the colors, but I like to sometimes add in the lighter color a little bit too, like in the filling in portion of my brows. That way it just doesn't look too dark, because sometimes I notice that the powders or the pomades or whatever can actually be a little bit darker than your natural hair. I'm just here, you guys, chilling in a nightgown. We actually went to the wine festival yesterday. I'm actually showing you guys my look that I did wear at the wine festival, just so that way you guys can see it. This is what I usually will do if I'm just going for something super natural, super fast. So there we go. I kind of filled them in, so they're looking still a little tiny bit messy right now, you guys, but I promise it's not going to stay like this. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up my handy dandy spoolie. I can use the spoolie that's on here. This one also does come with the spoolie. It's a pretty nice one. It could get the job done if you needed it to get the job done, but to be really honest with you guys, I like to use a rougher spoolie, just so that way it can also help me to blend the product as I brush it in. That's what I'm kind of doing right now, is blending in the product, because you know how sometimes you do your brows and the product does not blend and you just see like harshness of lines in your brows whenever you come up close. Well, this is what has always helped me tackle that issue that I've had, and it helps me to you know, just kind of blend out the product in my brows, so that way I'm not leaving just random lines in there. And again, you guys, it can look kind of messy. Sometimes your brows can lose their shape a little bit, but that's what the concealer is going to be for. Alright, so my concealer brush is actually dirty right now because I just used it yesterday, but I'm actually just using this AOA. It is an AOA E123 studio brush. It's just like a little flat, like defining brush, just a thin brush. So any brush that's thin, whether it be angled, shaped in any kind of way, usually as long as you feel comfortable with shaping it out, I would recommend using that brush. So I like to just kind of dig the brush kind of like at a point like this to my brow, and I just use it to the very tip of the brush to kind of shape it out. And you know what, you guys, even like your if your brows are kind of hairy like mine, like I need to kind of go and get them plucked, this way is also a great way to give you guys kind of like that freshly waxed look. So again, I'm just kind of digging it right underneath my hair, like literally like hugging my hairline that I want to create with my brows and with my shape. And don't even be afraid to get the concealer really in there. Even if it kind of like, you know, covers a little bit of your shape, you can always go back in and correct that as well. But this is kind of what I like to do. Okay, so I'm not going to outline too much because again, I'm not going to do a whole eyeshadow and the whole 9 yards. I'm just lightly cutting out my brows just to do a natural look. Okay, so now I lined out the bottom of this brow and the bottom of this brow, so that kind of gives me my shaping for the lower part of my brow. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go on ahead, I'm going to come up here and kind of line out the top part of my brow. And again, you guys, it just depends on whatever shape you want to do. If you guys want a video more on like shaping and stuff, I can definitely do that and bring in a couple of different like models and like practice different shaping on different models for you guys. Like just kind of show you guys, because again, everybody has their own shape. So everybody's brow tutorial, I guess we could say, would be very, very, very different. And I'm just kind of blending out the concealer back onto my skin, just so that way it doesn't look so harsh. Okay, you guys, so now I'm going to go on ahead and curl my lashes and do the rest of my makeup look. So I still have this product on the back of my hand, but oh well. Look at the huge difference that it makes. So there's without eyelash curlers, there is with eyelash curlers like these. Do you know what I completely forgot to do, you guys? Was my shadow. So I'm gonna have to pause on mascara and dig into my shadow, because you guys already know me, I like to do a bunch of little weird things. So you guys, I'm just gonna go on ahead and pick up this EYEBROW palette. It is the Three's Company Trio eyeshadow palette. So it just kind of has 3 shades, one light, one shimmer, and then one dark, like brown or a light brown, like a nice little medium brown. What I like to do, you guys, if I'm just, you know, it's just a random quick day, I just go on ahead and pick up some of that medium shade and just add a little bit to my eye just to give it some color, a little bit of life, and a little bit of like, you know, definition, so that way I can look a little bit more put together a little bit. So that's what I'm gonna do really quick. Just blend it. You don't even have to do it like pretty. It's just kind of like a messy little blend, but it gives you still nonetheless an eye look. So that's what's really nice about these shades. And the mascara that I'm actually using, you guys, right now is the Trestique. It is the Trestique mascara. I do not know what mascara exactly it is. Good Vibes mascara. We did get this in a Boxy Luxe, and you guys, this has to be one of my favorite like daytime mascaras. Eventually, after a while, I noticed like after, I want to say like a good like 4 to 5 hours, I do begin to notice like a little bit of flaking, but it's never like a lot of flaking to the point where you're like, dang, this is not a good mascara. But for the most part, I noticed that this mascara will hold well if I curl my lashes or whatever. It just holds well and nice with a curl. Next, you guys, what I like to do is kind of add like a serum or like a highlighter or something like that, just to kind of bring a little bit of brightness back to my skin. So I'm going to be using this Wander Beauty Glow Ahead Illuminating Face Oil. I thought that this would be very nice just to, you know, add some glow to the skin. It's always nice to add a little bit of glow for fun. I'm just gonna go ahead and pick up some of this liquid catsuit from Wet n Wild. It's a liquid lipstick, and this is in the shade Give Me Mocha. Now, I haven't worn this shade in a while, but I thought, you know what, this would be nice just to put some on. So yes. Okay, you guys, so here is more that natural makeup look that I was telling you guys about. So naturally my under eyes are a little bit dark. If you want to, you can go on ahead and just put a little bit of concealer, like to color correct or whatever, but I honestly don't even mind embracing the darkness, I guess, in my natural under eyes. They are pretty dark naturally, so I'm just like, whatever, I don't really care, and I will go out kind of like this in a way. But you can just leave mascara even on the top if you want to. I notice sometimes like the mascara on the bottom, if you do have naturally dark under eyes, can also, you know, bring out that darkness underneath your eyes. But apart from that, you guys, this is pretty much my natural go-to makeup look if I'm just gonna go to Walmart really quick. Honestly, if I'm gonna go to Walmart real quick, I'll go natural. But if I'm gonna go to like Walmart and Sam's and Marshall's, or if I'm gonna run like errands, this is usually the look that I will go for. It's just a all over natural look. But let me know what you guys thought about this brow tutorial, you guys. Again, I'm kind of out of it because I've been sick, and so yes, but I definitely am gonna be getting back on the ball with things. I have a super fun videos coming up this week. I definitely want to do a full face glam with you guys, as well as doing a full face of makeup using an SMS Glam brush book that I still need to do. So just let me know down below if those are videos that you guys are interested in seeing. I love you guys so much. I hope you guys all have an amazing week, an amazing Monday, and I will see you guys on Wednesday. I love you guys so much. Bye.